Hey guys, and welcome back to the MyPro and VFL series with VFL Wolfsburg. This is episode 5 and it's going to be an interesting one today. 4 games in today's episode due to some issues I had with a certain recording in a certain game, which means I might as well do Saturday and Sunday's games together in one video. The last weekend's final 4 games in today's episode, all Bundesliga games, and you know the drill. We need to win everything right now if we want to stand even a chance of finishing, I'd say, top of the league. Not that, personally, I don't believe it's possible, but you never know. We just need to do our job and win every game possible. We had very poor results in the last episode, which we cannot afford to have again. We cannot afford to lose another game. Hopefully, today's episode will go a little bit smoother than that. We've got Union Berlin, first game of today. And Union Berlin, aside pushing for top 6, troubling some big teams, drawing to Bayern, only narrowly losing to Bremen and Dortmund. They are tough. They can give any team trouble in the league. So hopefully, we do not slip at the first hurdle on Saturday. But the first half is all for Union Berlin as they attack, go forward and capitalise on our bad form. Trying to go forward, create chances. Fortunately, we're holding on so far, keeping them out. 20 minutes into the game. Our weakness, can you believe it? Exploited across a header. Once again, unanswered in the box, and it's a goal for Union Berlin. And this puts us in a tough spot. 1-0 down. We're already low on morale, form, whatever else there is left in the team. We're low on everything. Leo makes a good save to prevent us from going 2-0 down. And at this point, you know when you're 2-0 down, it's game over because of the way everything goes quiet as soon as things don't go our way. And I have said it before, mentally we're not really the strongest, so we need to make sure we do not concede a second and find that equaliser sooner rather than later. But the first half for us has had absolutely nothing in terms of chances. We failed to create anything. Union Berlin nearly getting that back post cross again. The guy was wide open for 2-0 potentially, but it doesn't come to that. It's only 1-0 at half-time. We've been well and truly battered. Yes, we're holding possession and the pass accuracy is good, but when you're going sideways and backwards, you're not really creating anything. You have to be more direct in the second half if we want to get anything, if we want to dismantle this defence. Sean tried it from wrong range. Good effort, good sign of things to come. Daniel with the first time cross. I get myself on the end of it, and there we go. Out of absolutely nowhere, Wolfsburg have equalised thanks to an acrobatic effort from my pro, which I'm very happy about. It's a decent goal to score in an important moment in an important game. It's 1-1 thanks to that scissor kick. Is it a bicycle kick? No, it's a scissor kick. But 1-1, back on track. Hopefully this is what can spur us on now to do well, push on and get the second, maybe third goal just to win the game. A draw is not enough at this stage. We cannot afford to drop points. Let's go and get that second goal. I play through Lloyd. Lloyd sees Daniel in the middle. Unfortunately, the cross does not find the target. But we're pushing now. The second half, it's all us this time. Union Berlin had the first half. We have the second half. Connor into me again. The bicycle kick effort. Blocked. Falls back to me. I managed to beat the keeper with a skill shot, but unfortunately the man on the line saving the keeper's blushes, and it remains 1-1. Time is running out now. We still are pushing. We're still looking. 15 minutes on the clock. We need to create a chance. Lloyd finds me in the box, and this time I can convert for my second of the game. 2-1 in the lead now. The first turned around being 1-0 down in the game, which is also good. So that shows we can do it if things aren't going well at certain points in the game. We can turn it around if we want to. 2-1. Now Union Berlin back on the comeback trend, and they have to push forward, trying to create. That shot going narrowly wide. We're nearing the end of the game now. Sean with a chance. Blocked, unfortunately. 3-1 would mean game over at this stage. Only 10 minutes left. We need to make sure we do not concede, or it's pretty much our season's over if we concede another goal. Daniel finds me. I see Sean running in. The pass, inch perfect. Good composed finish by Sean to take the touch and flood it past the keeper. 3-1, and that is now game over. We've avoided a disaster here against Union Berlin, who are a tough and decent side, it has to be said. But we get the win. 3-1 in the end is a good score, and I think we're the only team in the top 6 to beat them by more than 1 goal, if they have been beaten, because like I said, they already drew to Bayern, etc. So 3-1 is a very good result against Union Berlin. We pick up the 3 points and we move on to the next game. Hopefully it'll be another win, because we need to put the pressure on Bremen. Bremen have dropped points in one game this weekend where they drew, so we came 2 points closer to the league leaders. You will see the league standings in the at the end of this episode, but to get 2 points closer to them, we have to win our games, of course, otherwise we drop points again. The stats at the end of the game were very even. You saw at half-time they had bossed us. We haven't had a shot at half-time. Second half was a lot better. 4 shots on target, 3 of them have gone in, which is decent conversion. But this is the game against St Pauli. I'm going into that quickly because I don't really want to waste too much time on it. Lloyd opens the score. There's not even a foot card popping up in the corner when we score now because it's a game that I'm not going to show much about. This is going to be a very short one. Sean breaks through in the 25th minute. He's going to chip that lovely over the keeper, 2-0. And at this point, it's game over. Now, that's not the reason why I don't want to show you this game properly, because it seems to be an easy win. This is why. I lagged out. For the first time in 3 years in VFL, I lag out of a game, and I was raging. I was genuinely fuming. It was a chance to get some good stats in that game. It was a 5-0 win in the end. Yes, I know, I'm a little bit of a stat horse times. You know, team of the season and all that. I want to get in if I possibly can, and that is a chance wasted. I get nothing for that game. But now Leipzig back to playing the game, hopefully. That lag out was a one-off. It was a freak moment. Like I said, I've never had that before. Hopefully it will never happen again. I play through Sean here against Leipzig. And again, I won't be showing Ultimate Team cards for the goal scorers and have music in the background for this game because, for a different reason, there's a lot of goals in this one. There's more highlights of goals than there is highlights of good defending or no goals at all. As you can see, straight away, 1-0, then 2-0. Lovely ball from Daniel for me to tap it in. At this point, I've got a goal and an assist, which I'm happy about. 50 minutes into the game, already 2 goals. You know where this is going, don't you? You see what's happening here. There's no point in elongating this out. Lloyd is going to make it 3-0 inside 20 minutes. I mean, it's a walkover at this stage. Leipzig, unfortunately, did not have the men to compete, and they were unfortunately hit by a team that was very hungry to get wins and goals and that. I get played through by Daniel. I'm going to find Sean just about, get it past the defender with the pass. Sean taps it in for 4-0. We're nearing the end of the first half, and this is a half where everything's gone right for us. We're scoring the goals, we're not being threatened at the back. This is good news. Wolfsburg 4-0 up in the first half. We've not scored this many yet in a half, which is good to see. But there you can see the stats. Complete domination in terms of shots, possession, pass accuracy, everything. They haven't had a shot, Leipzig, so there's no point in really me trying to pretend like this was a tough game. It was an easy 3 points in the end. The goalkeeper's going to make a mistake, and it wasn't even the goalkeeper, it was the Eni that took control of the goalkeeper, who either lagged out or rage quit. I believe it to be the latter. I don't know, I can't judge, but it's 5-0 now. Easy goal for me, thank you very much. Lloyd's going to play me through, potentially to make it 6. I see Sean at the back post. I just about find him, and he slots it away nicely for 6-0 now. I was about to say 7, but it's 6. And as you can tell, this is just an easy walk in the park here against Leipzig. This is probably the easiest game we've had so far this season. However, complacency is our worst enemy in these types of games. Leo pulls off a good save, but the rebound gets tucked away, and once again, we lose the clean sheet, which has been a consistent problem for us throughout the season. We cannot keep clean sheets to save our lives, and it usually means, again, a little bit of a morale drop in terms of playing well, because we've just realised we've lost the clean sheet. There's no way we're getting it back this game. So, again, the play started to get worse and worse. We didn't really connect our passes anymore as well as we did in the first half, and they actually get a second, believe it or not. Leipzig suddenly scored 2 goals out of absolutely nowhere. I've got to feel a bit for Leo. I don't think he did poorly there. It was just a poor animation the game gave him, and I know that's a weak excuse for a goalkeeper, but I genuinely rate him as a goalkeeper, so it was sad to see that happen. And this is what I mean. We suddenly concede 2, and all of a sudden these types of chances are not going in. Going from being on top of the world and cruising to, again, being annoyed and frustrated with each other. We do get a 7th in the end. 7-2 is how the game is going to end, but that second half, again, put us down a bit in terms of morale because of the 2 goals we conceded and the struggle we had in the last half hour. But that being said, the 7-2 win, I'm not really going to complain too much about that. Sean picks up the hat-trick, 6 shots, 3 goals for him, which isn't too bad. I believe I got 2 goals myself and 4 assists, which is just amazing. Making me look like a team player. I don't mind that at all. 2-7 win here. 3 points against Leipzig. We've done our job pretty much. We let them back into it in the second half, which isn't nice. But we got the 3 points in the end, and that's all that matters. This is the team on screen for the next game against Holstein Kiel. A very decent side, it has to be said. This is a team that could trouble a few teams. I believe they could potentially nick some points off of big teams here, but they start the game off poorly with Roy dribbling past a few defenders, finding me in the box, and that finish, I mean, I don't mind it. Lovely little back heel from my guy to put it in. 1-0 after about 2 or 3 minutes. Not too bad at all. 7th minute now. Lloyd playing it into Sean. Sean trying to shot, getting blocked, and I go down in the box for probably the easiest and most bullshit penalty I've ever won on FIFA. Look at that. Yeah, he elbows me in the face, but there's no way the guy meant to do that. There is no button that makes you go, oh, elbow my opponent in the face. Doesn't happen. It's just, you know, physics, the fucking game engine, whatever, making me fall down, and I've been given a penalty for it. Of course I'm going to slot it away if I can. It's a bit of an easy goal to concede for Holstein. And again, this third goal isn't much better. Their keeper wasn't paying attention. I'm going to capitalise on that and score probably the fastest hat-trick I've ever scored in VFL. 12 minutes on the dot is how long I needed to score a hat-trick in this game. And you know how I said that this was a team that could trouble a few teams in this league and I thought they were decent? Well, after those freak minutes, those 2 freak goals we scored, and that first goal that was absolutely brilliant as well, after that the game started to settle down and we saw them get into the game and actually play a lot better than what they had shown us so far. They get a couple of chances from range. Leo forced into making a good save. We're nearing the end of the first half now. Now remember, we scored 3 goals in the first 12 minutes. Since then, we haven't been able to do much. That was probably our best chance. The keeper who left or rage quit after the 3 goals actually done him a favour, because the CPU keeper is pulling off some insane saves, as you see in that sequence right there. But other than that moment towards the end of the first half, we've not done anything since the 3-0, and Holstein were actually very decent. As weird as it is to say, at a team being 3-0 down, they didn't do themselves justice, especially in the first half, in the first 12 minutes. After that, like I said, they settled down. They started to get into it a bit more. 1 shot off target, that's a lie. We saw them hit a long ranger that Leo had to parry out. So the stats tell a different story as well. But the second half is where Holstein really showed what they could do. They pick up the ball here on the edge of the area. Lovely bang to put it past Leo. 3-1, and again, like I said, clean sheets. It's not for Wolfsburg this season. We don't like clean sheets. We don't want them. If we're going to score a lot of goals against you, just be patient. Eventually we'll let you through and give you an easy goal. We're now nearing the 52nd minute. I'm about to get played through here, and this is a chance. I could have cut that out to make myself look good, but I'm not that type of guy. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper makes that save. I was a bit confused as to whether it was a keeper or not at the time. I knew the keeper was gone, but when you're playing the game, you sometimes forget that. So that's why I went for the poor shot choice there in the end. But other than that, again, other than that chance, Holstein kept us out relatively well. Roy doing good work with Lloyd. Sean now into me just about, but the touch takes it away from you. Roy picks it up again. He's about to dink it back post, and once again the CPU keeper pulling off good saves. I tell you what, if the CPU was in goal for them from the start of the game until now, look at that, again, that punch, they probably would not have conceded those 3 goals and arguably could have walked away with a point, maybe 3 points. The CPU keeper was immense. They didn't concede anymore after those first 12 minutes. I do pick up my hat-trick in the end. 6 shots, 3 goals, just like shot in the last game. 50% conversion, that's not too bad. So today was a very fortunate day in terms of the games we had, or this weekend I should say, against Holstein, like you just saw. We could have easily dropped points if they were focused from minute 1. If their keeper didn't mess up, they probably would have picked up some points, as well as that Union Berlin had the lead against us until in the second half when we turned it around. So things are starting to turn in our favour now for this weekend, which means we climb the table, of course. We've won all our games this weekend, or Saturday and Sunday at least. Sees us jump over Bayern, over JCC, which is good news. And in terms of player stats, you can see as well a few interesting statistics halfway through the season. I'm leading goals for Wolfsburg with 13, which isn't too bad. Assists is for Daniel. Daniel's got 8 assists in 10 games, which is very good from the centre mid, Lamb, or sometimes even CDM position. The guy plays everywhere. He's played fullback as well, so fair play. Daniel, 8 assists. I'm second in assists with 7, and Roy, our backup, actually got 4 in 3 games. That's what I said in the last episode as well. Credit to Roy, he's coming in and doing a great job for the team. But that is it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.